Yo, what's going on, y'all? I'm Cavell Anderson, and we're back with another VeVe and Ecomi video. In this one, we're going to be checking out the homie Meta Lemon actually responding to the video that I did. He's going to be sharing some of his thoughts on it. I want to check it out. I actually like his perspective on a lot of things. We don't agree all the time, but at the same time, he always has solid reasoning for the things that he believes in, and he's a thinker. I like thinkers, even though we think different. I don't care about people thinking the same as me. I honestly prefer people like him, because I don't need you just thinking the same as me. Like, it's more challenging. It challenges my thoughts when you have a different perspective, you know? So yeah, I like that. That helps me grow, like the difference in perspective. Now, obviously, I like people who with similar perspectives because obviously we connect better. But like, iron sharpen iron, man. Whether we see the same or see differently, I like strong-minded people. That's just the way that I am. But yeah, that being said, drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Be sure to subscribe to Meta Lemon's channel as well. And yeah, let's jump into it. Let's see what he had to say.
But that's just me though. So, okay. The biggest thing that's kind of going around right now is this video here. Cavell Anderson's Why I Sold Everything on VeVe. Am I done with Ecomi forever? So surprisingly, I actually watched the full thing. And let me just preface this before I say anything, guys. Cavell and I, what Cavell doesn't even know my channel exists, but
oh no, bro, I've been subscribed to your channel almost since you made it, I think. I was there early. I don't know if I react to your videos earlier, but I've reacted to some of your videos. I dropped so many videos, you might not have seen it, but yeah, I've reacted to a few of your videos.
Normally when Cavell says certain things, I don't agree with a lot of what he says. I'm not like here like white knighting him or whatever. Like, I don't agree with a lot of the things he say. There's a lot of things that he says in his videos that I don't agree with. I kind of disagree with him on the his projection of what VeVe's metaverse could look like. And I thought it was a kind of weird showing like Unreal Engine 5 and whatever when it wasn't confirmed, all that kind of stuff. And he and I think disagreed on Pokemon too, that little live
I don't only show confirmations. That's the thing. I think that it's important to show what you're seeing, what you envision. I paint a picture for people. I paint the picture that I see when I see things, because the picture that I paint has been right a lot of times. And that's because I dig deeper into what's said, into what's presented, and I just see things that a lot of people don't. I come from the gaming community. I know that's how I noticed that the team was playing games, having Easter eggs and stuff when they first started coming out. Like, it's just you notice these things, and yeah, so it's important to show people what you're seeing and what you're thinking. Well, for me, it's important for me because I express myself and my thoughts and my beliefs based on what I'm seeing, and this is why I'm an investor. I see a little bit, but I see the potential of what it can become. So that's why I take the approach that I take.
The VeVe spaces that David, you did, I came to the conclusion that no, like, they don't have Pokemon yet. They're just talking about it. And Cavell came to the conclusion that yes, they have Pokemon. They might not just be able to say anything because of the NDA. So that's kind of like his conclusion, and my conclusion were very different. So
yeah, that's how it is though. Like, I think that I've just been here from the beginning. I saw them playing the games, all the teasing and things like that. They're doing the same. They're not creative. They're doing the same things over and over again, and I just see the pattern. So it's not even really a guess at this point. A lot of stuff that I do, like, they're showing the patterns. They're repeating the same signs. So yeah.
But we disagree on stuff. So it's not like when I say whatever I'm about to say that, I'm like defending him because I'm like his fanboy or whatever. No, like that's not the case. But if you watch the whole video, right? If you watch the whole 42-minute video, yes, there's some redundancy in the points that he's making, but at the same time, what he's saying isn't invalid. So I know a lot of people are like kind of trolling him right now on the spaces, on the Twitter right now, kind of like, like being kind of upset with them and saying like, oh, why are you selling off? Why are you selling off? All this stuff, right? And he's been kind of like firing back with some like little short clips of videos that he's doing on his own. But he's just selling his collectibles, which he is in profit because, again, like he was here earlier, right, in the spaces. So he mostly got these things on drop day or shortly after the drop day. So if he purchased like pot for, I don't know, like $50 or something, and whatever he's selling at right now, his ROI is still high. Like he's still in heavy profits. So when he sells at that point, can you really blame him for taking profits there? Because we have this like problem, we have this tendency to think like, oh, if you're, you know, if you're not holding on like the rest of us, you're like betraying us or whatever. Like you're betraying us.
Yeah, it's the cult mentality in this community. That's why I had to distance myself from the cultish things. Um, I didn't get a year ago, like people removing the red O's and stuff in their name and things like that. It's a lot of cultish behavior that I don't support in this community. And I don't want that to be a representation of me. I'm my own man. Always have been, always will be. And people, like, first off, I'm not the type of man, like, I've spoken on things in the past just to make videos on it and to talk about it. But the fact of the matter is, outside of making a video about it and knowing the information, okay, it's kind of interesting. This person is doing this, that person is doing that. Okay, that's cool. For the most part, I don't care what anyone else is doing. When it comes down to me and my investment, outside of sharing like my thoughts on YouTube, I really like just in real life, I would have no opinion on it whatsoever. You know, I don't care. I don't care what another man is doing with his money. I don't care what another man is doing with his time. Like, unless we making money together, unless it involves me in some way, shape, or form, I don't care. It's just not something that's valuable to me. So why so many people feel so emotionally impacted by so many things that's just irrelevant to your overall well-being and success, I'll never understand. I'll never understand that. So yeah.
And I've been telling you guys this the whole time. Like, you know, when you watch any of the influencers, and that includes me.
And yes, I did. I am very high in profits. Very high in profits. Um, it's just the fact of the matter is, I could sit here and I could hold these things indefinitely and hope that I'm holding the things that's going to go up in value, or I can just not have to keep an eye on this stuff, not have to be on VeVe every day because I don't get on VeVe anyway. I could believe in the project, but go and put my money into all the in all the collectibles, which is the OMI token. And then I can actually go and build businesses, make more money, so I can put even more money back into the OMI token. And then if my business goes well enough, maybe I'll grab a few more grails again. And then the market could still continue to go down. Like, it's like I have an opportunity and skill set where I can make money right now today. I'm not gonna sit around and hold something because a cult says you're only a cool kid. You can only sit at this table if you have these things. I don't need to sit at the table. I'll burn that shit down and build my own table again. Like that's the thing. That's my mindset. Like I don't need acceptance. I don't need people to appreciate the stuff that I do. Like I didn't build this community, help build this community to where it's at today. And yes, I am confident enough to say that I have helped build this community and got it to where it's at today. I didn't do that for the recognition. I did it because I love the project, and that's just natural. I know what I'm doing. So I know how to build a project. I know how to get attention. I know how to get people interested and pumped and things like that. Because all you have to do is just be genuine, be yourself. Like people overcomplicate YouTube. Like YouTube, if you be you, people will cling to it if they like people like you. It's that simple. If they don't, they'll hate you. They'll hate on you. But it doesn't matter because it's all based around you. Like then that's the thing. People get on here and try to be super professional. They try to be this. They lack the them. They lack the them, and that's why it's such a struggle for certain people. It's just, it's all about you. But anyway, let me not preach on YouTube.
but that's why I'm not out here trying to like pump certain things. But I'll get into that part in a second. But honestly, at the end of the day, we are all about. We always talk about this, right? We always talk about how like it's your NFT, you should have your own custody, like all that kind of stuff, right? So for Cavell, like whatever he's holding, it's his to sell. It's his to sell. It's his to list. It's his to do whatever. Now the only other component that might come in is if he pumped certain things and then sold it right after. That's the only kind of, not even like a bit of a, it's just a bit of a moral issue. Should you do it, right? It's not can you do it. Of course you can do it. It's your collectible. You can do whatever the hell you want. But it's like a should you do it kind of question. And honestly, if you ask me with Cavell, maybe you guys can, disagree with me or comment down below on the instance that he did. But I honestly don't remember the time where he like pumped up a certain collectible, or and then he sold it right off, like soon or whatever. because for me, what I see Cavell's video is like when he pumped up certain things, he was pumping up the project as a whole. So he was pumping up the VeVeverse, he was pumping up the OMI, like the OMI to $10 kind of thing. So he was pumping up those things as a whole. And with the OMI, like he's still going in heavily on OMI. He's selling his collectibles to go into OMI. So his like he's kind of putting money where he's pumping, right? So yeah, ooh, the messages are flooding in. Yeah, so okay, so Nick, what Nick is saying, and I commented this too, like, okay, I never normally do this. I never like go to Cavell's videos and I defend him, but I feel like he was kind of like, he's kind of being a little bit gaslighted just because he's selling his collectibles. Like, I'll show you a couple things here. So I even said, like, you know, yeah, he's just rearranging into OMI and business venture he's planning. So he does talk about he's trying to launch his own business. He does mention that. He says, like, yeah, like he has this like plan about, like, I think it's to do with like YouTube and whatever. But he and his friends are trying to plan a business and trying to launch it. And to do that, you need capital. So for that capital, he's using his, you know, investment that he put in VeVe, and he's cashing out and he's putting into his business to further his wealth. I think that's a valid reason. I think you can respect that. Like, he's still grinding, right? Like, I think you can respect that.
That's the thing people don't respect, actually grinding. They think that everybody should be addicts and gamblers with them. No, never going to gamble. I don't gamble. Betting on myself is never a gamble. Betting on VeVe is somewhat of a gamble. Betting on any company is. But the man that I'm becoming, like, I'm still going to invest. Like, and yes, best believe an investment is a gamble, but I've mitigated my risk in this gamble. I'm not holding 300 different collectibles right now anymore because I've invested in them all through investing in the OMI token. Now, instead of 300 gambles, some winners, some losers, I have one gamble. And it's a winner because it invests in all the winners and the losers, and it benefits from all the winners and all the losers. So my one gamble is better now. It's like betting on me. It's not a gamble. Like, my business, I'm gonna make it work. I'm gonna do what I gotta do, and then it's based off of skills that I already have, that I'm already an expert in, that I'm already getting paid off of today. So yeah. Anyway, like, people just don't want to. People just feel away because they see me leveling up. They see me getting better and improving, and it's making them feel some type of way about themselves. Like, what have I been doing this whole time? Why I'm not growing mentally? Why I'm not, you know, like, people were so heavily tied to me staying the same and being who I was that you don't realize you should not be staying the same and being who you are. You should be improving and becoming a better version of who you are. And if you're not doing that, you're wasting your time. Like, I think people just need to care more about themselves. Like, and most of us, we struggle with that. Like, me getting that much overweight showed how much I didn't care about myself. You smoke all the time? What's that? You drink all the time? What's that? Everybody has those habits. The thing is, when your friends and family, they're not gonna tell you, they're not gonna say it to you. They don't want to. They have their own struggles, and then you'll probably clap back and say something crazy to them too. It's like, nobody says it. We all know it though. The thing is, when are we going to get past knowing and do better? I'm taking action towards doing better in every aspect of my life, and some people can't handle it because the black clown has been on YouTube saying whatever he wanted for the longest is now starting to get it together. I know a lot of people going to feel a way about that. You should, because if I can do it, you can too. Like, regardless of my ego and skills, when it comes down to shit that I know I'm a beast at, I come from nothing. If I can do it, anybody can. So a lot of y'all don't got excuses, because I can guarantee you most of you all don't come from worse than me. So yeah, you should feel a way that I'm making the moves that I'm making right now. That should light a fire under your ass. And don't be on some hater shit. Like, really get it together. Like, for real. All it takes is a mental change. You can sit here and be jealous or be mad at the next man or whatever, but you should have never been following my moves in the first place if you're just trying to copy me, if you're trying to copy my route to success. Don't blame me. That's another situation where you blame yourself. You need to sit down, look at yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, why was I following another man? I'm a grown-ass man. Why am I following another man right now? Like, I mess with Cavell, but what is best for me? Like, that is what you need to be doing right now. Like, I don't understand people, man. I don't understand people, but it's just, I understand it. I understand it. It's like, it's easier to cling to someone who you respect. It's easier to cling to someone you respect than it is to fix yourself. But you're the priority. I'm not. I don't care if I have to lose 1,000 subscribers. I don't care if people stop, 1,000 people stop messing with me. That doesn't matter to me. If you stop messing with me and you empower yourself, mission accomplished. I don't need your support at the expense of yourself. I would rather you have your own mental health. I'm going to get mine. I'm going to keep working. I'm going to keep grinding. I'm getting mine regardless. I don't need you here. Just so you know, anybody, I'm going to get mine. I want to make sure y'all get y'all's though. So I don't like that. That's just what it is, bro. I'm a real genuine dude. We can all get this money together. But if you don't mess with that vibe, you want to be on some hater-ish, like, you know, that's you.
But then some of the other people are like just kind of like criticizing him just because he's selling. And the fact is, I do understand to a degree if he sold everything related to VeVe and then he just went into a different project. I understand a little bit of that, but he's not. A lot of people are losing sight of the picture that he's still heavily bullish on OMI. He's still buying OMI tokens, right? He just getting stuff out of the collectibles. And his point about the collectibles, where he says like, yeah, like he just doesn't have time or the will or the drive or the interest to research the collectibles, so he's like in the know. I think that's fair. I think he's recognizing that he's not strong there. He doesn't have much strength there, so he's gonna put it into what he knows, which is OMI token, right? So I think his
the OMI token, I'm going for my strengths. When I say I want to start a business, I'm not trying to start a merch store again or something like that. I'm not trying to do something random. My business is going to be related around YouTube, a skill set that's clearly been very lucrative for me. That is what I'm focusing on what I know. Instead of focusing on collectibles I know nothing about, I'm focusing on the OMI token. I took every weakness in my life, turned it to strengths, and then I focused in on the strengths that I already have and charged at them to make them even better and to build more around my strengths. I'm putting my life together where it needs to be for me to be the person that I know I have the potential to be. And I guess that's a version of me that a lot of people can't relate to, because a lot of people can't put themselves first like that. A lot of people not strong enough to fight their demons. Like, a lot of people use these videos, I guess, as an escape. And when Cavell, the funny Cavell, the Cavell out here trolling, you can mess with that. You can watch the clown. You can watch the clown show. But when he started really growing, making me think about my own life, like how I need to become better, how I'm like, I can see why a lot of people would, you know, kind of be deterred from that. Listen, I'm not going to stop my growth because you're not ready to get to, like, take your time. Take your time. Take it step by step. You realize what it took me to stop door dashing every day? Like, you realize, like, instead of ordering 3 times a day, I went down to ordering 2 times a day. I went down to ordering 1 time a day, but ordering 1 time enough to eat 3 times. Like, it was a journey, man. It was a journey. Like, but I'm not gonna sit here and cry about it. I'm not gonna sit here and blame nobody. I'm not gonna sit here and hate on nobody else because of what I was doing to myself. I eventually got there. Took some months for me to stop doing that, by the way. I weaned off of that for months, but I got it done. Like, it don't have to happen overnight. I make it sound like when you listen to me for 10, 20, 30 minutes, yeah, it sounds easier, way easier than it is. But nah, it's not easy. I know it's not easy. And I respect that everybody has different struggles. It's going to take different amounts of time. And I don't know what your struggle is. I just know everybody can overcome their struggle. Everybody. It's not just some people who can overcome their struggles. Everybody can. You just have to have the mind to. You can have the mindset where, oh, this guy has made me upset. This guy made me mad. This guy, blah, blah, blah. Fuck him. Or you can have some, if he can do it, I've been watching him be goofy for 2 years. If he can do it, I have no excuse no more. So yeah.
Points are all valid there. But if you look at the comments, yeah, so I see Nick's comment here. Like Nick is always like diplomatic, so I like Nick. Nick says, "You're looking great and happy. You feel even better. You said you were more of an investor than a collector. People can buy and sell and do what they want. True. Buying OMI will be a good move too. Thanks for taking the time to explain why you did it. Take care, Cavell." Nick in Hawaii. Yeah, if everybody commented like Nick, we wouldn't have any of this issue. Like Nick is like very cordial in his comments. He's always done that. So good. Like even when I was reading through this wall of like comments, like Nick's comments like kind of jumped out at me because I'm like, oh, like, yeah, let me hear what Nick has to say, because he's gonna have like a good opinion about this whole thing. I don't know why Cavell didn't like it though. Yeah,
I don't know if I like
it's a good comment. I don't know why he didn't like it.
I know I read the comments at different times, so some of them weren't there when I was reading. I was also out when that video went out, I believe. Yeah, I came in, got that video up, dipped, so I was out on the move. So it's like it's a bad YouTuber habit, and I appreciate all the love. I always read all the love. I love it for real. But I'm not quick to like, what stands out more is the hate. I don't know why that is. Like, even though it doesn't bother me like hate used to in the past, it still stands out. Like, because the first thing you think is like, this dude really, like, you really taking the time to do this. Like, get your shit together. What are you doing? But, so yeah, it's kind of like, it's easier to get lost in negativity than it is the positivity. But I always appreciate the love. And I did see that comment. I don't know if I hearted it. I don't know when he made his video. But yeah. But actually this, like, it was only at like 3,000 views when he made this video. So I think that I started reacting to it stuff a little bit after that. But who knows?
But what was that guy I was looking at? Do you guys know that guy named what's his name? Crypto Corey or whatever his name is?
Guy's an idiot.
He kind of got me off. Like he kind of set in motion my there's a lot of comments. Even yesterday there wasn't this. Oh, here we go. Okay. So Crypto Corey, I don't know if you guys watched this video. I think he's another YouTuber as well. But so first thing he said was like, "This makes no sense. Good luck. Another one down." So I kind of just asked like, "Did you even watch the video?" Then he does another comment saying, "This video is a bunch of random stuff, not related to true wealth building through various means. VeVe is a hobby level investment. If you..."
The issue with that, he said VeVe is a hobby level investment. That's false. VeVe has the potential to be bigger than Amazon. And this is also why people say crazy stuff about me. Because that's the type of opinions and takes that I have. Because yeah, I see things that most people don't. But this is why I have the conviction that I have. And this is why I don't need to be co-signed by the community. The entire community can be against me. And I will stand on the fact that VeVe can be bigger than Amazon. Or Ecomi anyway. I will stand on that. They have to make the right moves, of course, but yeah, I don't need to be co-signed by everybody for my beliefs to be convictions for me. That's just who I am.
If you need that money to start a business when your investment hasn't matured yet, you're doing it wrong. You disagree with me when I said 5 years or 10 years because of cycle theory. You tapped out. So a lot of like stuff I disagree with in that comment. So I said, I basically commented back saying like, you know, he thinks his investment mature because it's that, and that is a decision to make. So it's true. Like when this guy says like, you know, like you're taking out the money when your investment hasn't matured yet. Your opinion of when your investment matured depends on where your goal is. You know what I mean? Like whenever you invest in something, it's your goal that determines when the investment has matured. Same with stocks. You're not gonna like, for example, if you invested in Tesla, like let's say at the $200 level, you don't have to wait till it gets to $1,000 and does a stock split. Your goal could be, I want to get this to like 30% higher. I want a 40% return, and then I'm gonna, you know, sell it and put it into a dividend stock. That could be your goal, and that is when your investment technically matured because you're deciding for yourself, this is my exit plan, and this is what I'm gonna do when the exit plan executes. Like that's what maturing investment is. For someone to come in here and say like, oh, you cashed out when your investment hasn't matured, you're kind of like, you're trying to say you're the voice of like when the investment matures. So that's kind of exactly what I said. I was like saying,
and he's been wrong so many times. He is known. I only know this guy because he sits in his car spouting off nonsense that's always wrong. He never knows what he's talking about. And this is why he half-ass listens. I can tell he didn't watch the whole video. I can tell. It's very easy to see he didn't watch the whole video. And that's what the guy does. He sits in his car just spewing nonsense.
You know, like, what are you saying? Like, are you the voice that tells people when an investment has matured? Nobody can tell you when your investment has matured. Exactly. Unless you're seeking advice from somebody, right? So if you're actively going to like a financial advisor and saying, hey, like I want to invest in this, like you let me know when, you know, it's.
All right, y'all. So he in his bag. He's in his bag, man. I'm gonna watch the rest of what he says a little bit later. I do have to get ready to, you know, head out, handle some other things and stuff like that. But I do want to say shout out to Meta Lemon. I definitely appreciate you taking the time to, you know, speak on this a little bit and to take the time commenting back and showing support, showing the fact that you actually listened to the video. And that's the thing. You heard me out. You watched the full thing, and then you made your statements and comments from a place of being educated. And I have to respect that about any creator. And you do that every time I see you. Every time, like, even if we come to a different conclusion, you've done that every single time I see you. And yeah, I definitely respect that. So yeah, that being said, man, go show him some love. Subscribe, all that. Thank you for the love and support, everybody. Yeah, I'm gonna catch you all on the next one, man. Peace out, y'all.